Hey folks, Wally DM here, and today we're going to take a look at a puzzle that would fit perfectly on top of a treasure chest, a secret door, a tomb, a coffin, a jewelry box, or anything that you would see needing a few keys or dials to be able to open. Now this is a puzzle that was presented by our Discord member Terry, and you can actually find more information on this over in our Discord in our puzzle room section. Now I think this would be a fun puzzle if you want to be creative with it and be able to present it in a virtual tabletop, or maybe design something yourself, print it out, and give it to your players if you play in real life. So if you decide to do something like that, be sure to leave a comment and let me know. I'm excited to see what you do with this type of a puzzle. Also, there is a three-dimensional version of this, which is a little bit different than what we're going to see today, but I thought it was really cool that if you like this concept that you can actually go and buy the three-dimensional version as well. So check it out if you'd like, but let's go ahead and get started with the puzzle. So in concept, this puzzle is fairly easy. We have a grid that is going to complete a circuit, and we have some metal dials that have gems embedded or fused into them. Now, where you decide to place this puzzle, in particular the circuit diagram, is going to be totally up to you. We could lie it flat on top of an item such as a treasure chest, and once all of the metal discs or the metal dials are put into place, then the treasure chest lid will open, revealing the treasure inside. Or maybe you go with some more of a tomb raiding type of experience, and this circuit or diagram is on top of a coffin or sarcophagus, and once it's solved, it'll move out of the way. Or we could go with something that's more on the vertical sense. Maybe this is on a wall, and when completed on the wall, then this is going to reveal a secret passage or a secret door. Or you could even have it unlock some type of a tomb. If you were to put it on the back side of a gravestone, perhaps this reveals a secret compartment with an item hidden inside. Totally up to you on how you use this puzzle. Be sure to leave a comment below and let me know where you would place it. But getting back to our circuit board diagram that needs to be completed, we can see that we have 5 dials, and each of these dials has an embedded or a fused gemstone of a different color. Now there are 2 different variations of the puzzle. We have this variation, which is a bit harder and has 8 gemstones on it, and there's a little bit of an easier version here that has 4 gemstones on it. Now, talking with Terry in the Discord, Terry said that if they succeed on an intelligence check, then he would give them the easier dials to deal with, and if they failed on the intelligence check, then he would give them the harder dials to deal with. What I would probably do is I would probably run this puzzle twice, once with the easier dials to open up a small treasure chest, and then once with the bigger dials that will open up a larger treasure chest. Now again, that's up to you as a game master as to where the characters are going to acquire these dials. They might be sitting right next to it, or they may have to adventure or explore somewhere else and then bring them back to this diagram. For me, I think I'm going to run this as a jewelry box. So in reality, the gemstones are going to be a little bit smaller, as we can see here with these charms, as opposed to the size of the dials that we're using for the demonstration. And I think it'd be really neat to open up a jewelry box with these metal dials that have gemstones in them. So let's take a look at the puzzle. So what we need to do is we need to place these dials into the circles here. And again, the intents and purposes of solving this is to use these as conductors and to complete the circuit. And once all 5 of these dials are in the correct position and the colors match the other dials, either by direct contact or by some type of an arcane wire or arcane engraving, then the puzzle is going to be solved and they'll be able to open whatever it is that they're trying to get into. But in order to get that to be complete, we need to match them up. So in this instance, if I had this dial in the center, then this blue needs to match the blue of another dial. This blue over here would need to match blue over on this dial. But not only that, but the green on the side of the dial needs to follow this arcane circuit to the next dial, so these 2 greens would have to match. So in my current configuration, this is not going to open it. Now that we have discussed how to solve the puzzle, I'm going to switch over to Roll20, and as you can see here, I have these 5 dials and they're marked A, B, C, D, and E, and that way if you would like to pause the video now to try to solve this yourself before I go over the solution, you're more than welcome to do so. Did you get it? Great, let's go over the solution. Now I have to admit, when I first printed out this puzzle and gave it a try for myself, it did take me about 4 or 5 minutes. And I found that the best solution is to make sure that we have our center that is placed first, and then of course we can start moving things around it. So we will need to match the gemstones, and as you can see here, we'll match these two yellow gemstones. We have yellow and yellow. On the bottom here we have blue. There's two different blues we could use for this circle, and we can, let's say we'll just move it like this. So now this yellow here has to move over and up to this, and as you can see, the yellow is now connected here, the pink is connected here, and the green is connected here. So those are all correct. If we dial this one just a little bit more this way, we've got the purple that connects here, the green here, and the blue here. So we have the correct solution. Now let's make this just a little bit harder. And in fact, I'm going to show you this screen on roll 20. And if you would like to do this with the 8 gems, I have labeled them V, W, X, Y, and Z. So be sure to leave comments below and let me know if you are able to solve the puzzle by looking at it on the screen. But let's go ahead and take a look and see how this one is solved. And that is the solution to the puzzle. It did take me a little bit to figure it out, but as you can see here, we'll start with the center dial. So we have yellow to yellow, pink to pink, blue to blue, and green to green. And of course we need to connect the circuit on the outside. So green to green here, yellow to yellow here, blue to blue here, and purple to purple here. So whatever it is that we're trying to open, whether it be some type of a secret door on a wall or some type of a treasure chest, then we have completed the circuit with the gem dials and we have solved the puzzle. Now, one more thing, if you do decide to create and run a puzzle like this and your players are starting to struggle, I would recommend at least giving them the middle dial, and then they will at least have one in position, but they may need to rotate it. And any future hints, then you can actually rotate that middle dial into position. So if we start the players off with this after 2 hints, they should be able to fill in the rest of it with no problem whatsoever. So that's all I have for you today. What did you think of the puzzle? Is this something that you would be able to create for your game? And if so, what would you do differently? And once again, thanks to Terry for sharing this with us in the Wally DM Discord. Thank you very much for watching, and on to the next.